All right. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another episode of the Four Horsemen. This month it was Jeff from 164th Revival. He shipped everybody a tail dragger. There it is. And the theme was a rat fink, or is rat fink. He sent everybody some water slide. He said he bought on eBay, but I suspect that these are transparent. Transparent mean that they would only work if the car was white. So I'm not even going to use them. Now, a while back, I did this one. This is a Chrysler Group. I forget the name of this damn thing. Anyway, I was testing out paint, and the moment they said it was a rat fink, I thought about doing this same paint. But look, it's pretty close. Pretty close. To me, this color goes well with the rat fink water slides. I thought about cutting a hole in the roof. I got these two. This one is a keychain. Look at this one. This one, I don't even know what it is. It is plastic, and the chrome is kind of flaking away. But this one doesn't have the hand up. This one does, but it's the wrong hand. If this would have been right hand up, it would have sat right in there, and I would have created a shifter. But being that this is the color I wanted, I'm not gonna paint. I like this paint. I like the details. So what I'm gonna do is, when I did this one, I bought a few white toner rat fink water slides. So I'm gonna be picking most likely this one. I'm hoping it could fit this corner right here. That's what I hope. And I'm gonna be doing a wheel swap. Found these in my stash. White wall. I think that'll go well. That's another thing. I thought about cutting this area here, exposing a big fat tire, doing all of that, but I'm like, nah. Already went ahead and pre-drill this, so you didn't have to see me do this. This is the interior, basic. That's the glass. So I'm gonna buff this out. You see it has like some kind of glue here. Maybe I had a sticker. So I'm gonna shine it up, looking all pretty, and then we're gonna be putting on some water slide. But first I want to install the wheels before I do any of that, just in case I don't like it. No. These will work perfect. You can see they're skinnier, but they are the same size, so they should work perfect. I shouldn't have any clearance. I want to remove these from in here, and I'll be back. All right. Sometimes this could be complicated. Sometimes it could be very easy. So we'll see what happens. thinking I'm gonna have to use the Dremel. Maybe not here in the front. Let me see. Yeah, let me get the Dremel. I'll be back. All right, I got the Dremel ready, but before we start using the Dremel, I'm gonna try this using these wire cutters. I'm gonna try to cut. You see that it always has 3 prongs. I like to do just one side. You gotta be careful because these wire cutters are not very strong, and the metal here will actually break one of the tips. Boom, there it is. I'll still use the Dremel, I think, to clean up a little bit, but we'll see what happens. Let me see over here. Cut away the single one. Let me see. There's this little tiny bit of metal here that's holding it in place. Let me see if I could remove it. Sometimes you put one side in the corner, that way the other side get scrape. No. So on this side I'm gonna have to use the Dremel. This is what I like to do. This is the adapter. I like to start grinding over here. I'm hoping I could push back. It'll be a lot easier if I just cut the axle, but where is the challenge in that? I like to save my axles. You know how much money I save? I don't have to buy that music wire. Although in the past I did buy some music wire and I never got to use it. It's over there in I left it in Puerto Rico in my house. Mostly because if you use that, you got to create both sides of the axle. It's almost impossible to create. There it is. And it just popped off. The axle is good. Now all I gotta do is clean up here. That way I can install the axle. And can get a tool so I can do that. Got this file here. It's got very thin edges. The problem here I see it could be too wide on top. Let me see if I have another one that might work. It's flat on one side, curved on the other. Yeah, I think that did the trick. I don't want to go all the way down because then the axle is not going to sit flat. I just want to clean up the area. There it is. So the axle goes back on without any effort. Perfect. All right. So being that these are thinner, I'm gonna go get some other axles that I already have pre-cut for this project, and I'll be back. Right, got my axles here. Regular axle, I just cut one side. I'm going to be doing the same thing I did on my previous 4 Horsemen video. I'm just going to get the measurement here. Yeah, so it's all the way through here. Make sure. And that's basically the cut point. I'm gonna give it a little more just in case. Cut. And I'm gonna be using Predator again to create a pinched axle in here. There's a link in the video description. This is so simple. You just press. Now the wheel doesn't fall. Double check. Yep. I can go deeper. This is how I do it. Take my time. And it's a lot smarter to do it this way. You don't want to go in, end up with a shorter axle, because then you're gonna have to get another one. Yep, that's perfect right there. Now I could cut a piece off. I can still do a little bit more. I'm sorry, I'm off camera, but I gotta see what I'm doing. was coming off. You know what? I'm gonna leave it like that. I'm gonna give it another tug here just for good measure. I didn't cut it, it just slipped off because I'm grabbing the tip. Going from this side. Yeah, that's good enough though. So I'm going to do the same thing for the other axle, and then I'm going to come back to glue them in place. All right, back. You see both axles are ready to go. I like to make sure that both of them end up on the same side. Put this one here. Actually, got my Gorilla gel glue. Not gonna use a lot of glue. It's not needed. I have my accelerator here in this needle nose bottom. It helps me not to waste accelerator, because those little spray bottles, they just put out too much. That's it. You can see that little amount of glue, it's just holding the axle in place, and it'll still move somewhat like it was crimped originally. Now let's do a test here just to make sure that everything fits, and I don't have to grind out anything. This is why I do this. In the plastic base, that's why I crimp them, and like here, that's just why I use a little bit of glue. That way I could just put it back together without worrying that it was gonna fly out. Hooks in the front. You got white wall. Beautiful. You lose the ones in the back, but you can still see the ones in the front. All right, let me clean up the table here, and let's get ready to polish this baby up. All right, back. Got some wires, Mirror Glaze number 7. I bought this maybe like almost 5 years ago. I said it at Walmart. It's almost full. I don't do a lot of polishing, especially Spectraflame. I try to paint to a point where I don't have to touch it. With Spectraflame, it's easy because I bake it and it dries fairly quickly. But with the enamel, you really have to wait it out. And when I mean wait it out, you have to wait over 15 days to make sure that paint is nice and cured before you try polishing it. Got my adapter here. Lowest speed. I turn it around, that way when it starts kicking out with the polishing here liquid, it just goes out to a different direction. That way it doesn't end up in my face. But if you enjoy having this stuff in your face, then you could go ahead and do it the other way. It's up to you. Yeah, I think I've look at this. Such a nice paint job. I think this is one of the best paint job from Hot Wheels. Luckily I got a car that was not scratched up. We're going to be doing details in the front here. The purpose of this build too is to show you that if you have a car that has a nice paint job from Hot Wheels and you like it, you don't have to strip the paint and start from zero. This. If it would have been a little bit rougher, I would have used the turtle wax, but this is just fine. Alright, that's an ambulance. I'm recording around 1 p.m. Remember, everything I use, there is an affiliate link down below. You can see the temples are not endangered. They're right there, the original temples. And I think that's good enough. I removed all that like that glue residue that it had. I bring it back to life. There it is. I just gotta clean it up and I'll be back. Look, they removed some of the paint, but that's how it is when you polish a car. Let me clean it up and I'll be back. Alright, I'm back. The car is still wet, which is completely fine because I'm gonna do some water slide. And it's even better. I have some micro set and micro saw here, and I've already cut the water slides here. These are the ones that go on backwards, so I gotta do this for this side and basically slide it. And there I can see I'm gonna have a problem. Luckily I checked it. So I'm gonna have to cut real close on top. There. Should be good. I don't even think it's gonna fit, but we'll see what happens. That's why I have the micro saw. Micro saw should be able to help out bending that water slide into place. So while that's getting ready, I have my little brush here. Going to prepare the surface. And by the way, I cleaned the car with hot water and some dish soap. Make sure I have a lot everywhere. I don't use micro saw first because I find micro saw is stronger and it might damage the temples, although they're gonna be covered up a little bit. But if you did the paint job, I don't recommend using micro saw first. I use micro saw on top of the water slide, and even then you have to be very careful, because if you didn't use a lot of enough clear coat, it could damage the water slide. Here we go. Oh yes. This is why I use micro set. Sometimes it works perfect. Sometimes it gives you problems. You see how I was able to slide it into place without any major issues? Well, sometimes it just doesn't want to cooperate with you. Right now, I'm using micro saw. Let's see if I could get this front part straight. If I can, I'm not gonna worry about it. Yeah, I'm not gonna worry about it. You don't want to mess up the water slide just because of that little corner right there. The micro saw is perfect for like this corner right here. All right, I'm gonna get a napkin, and I'll be back. Okay, so I found that I mentioned this before a lot of times. If you rip the napkin, paper towel is what I use, it'll give you a better surface to drain out the excess water, in this case the excess micro set and micro saw. And now we go back here. Can't rush this. Gotta be very, very patient. I did not clear coat these water slides, so they are original, just like they came. They come with a very light coat of clear coat, which is perfect. If you, because the thicker the clear coat, the harder it is to hide the cut line. You can still see it a little bit here, but not worry about it. Once I install this, I gotta let it dry out for at least 24 hours and clear coat it to protect. I think I broke it there, but I have to bend this, we're just gonna, it's not gonna look right. Yeah, it's almost there. That little relief cut actually helped. You see some bubbles in this area right here. I'm gonna go hit it with my wife's hair dryer, and that should speed up some of the process, and I'll be back. All right, back. I did all the sides. Look, took me almost an hour. So I'm gonna let this sit overnight, and I'm gonna paint it. Well, I'm gonna clear coat it, and I'll be back with the finished product. There it is. There's only headlights on this casting, so I use my Molotov chrome pen. You can see the water slides worked perfectly with the original tempos. There it is. Rose perfect. And it makes a great companion to the station wagon. Believe it or not, I had to look it up. It's a 1971 Plymouth Satellite. You can see they're different water slide, but they now look like they're part of a series. It's incredible how this color change paint looks so similar to the original Hot Wheels paint. To get the color change, you could see it a lot better on direct sunlight. But there they are. Mr. Rutfink back there approves with a thumbs up. That's gonna be it, guys. Thank you for watching. Make sure you go visit everybody else channel doing on the Ford Horsemen. I'm gonna put everybody's link here on the screen here at the end of the video. So all you gotta do is click on the logo and it'll take you to their channel. Nice and simple. All right, thank you for watching. Peace out.